Howdy, Legendary Void here, and today I have a Wave 5 deck tech for you all. Now, I've been wanting to do a Wave 5 deck tech for a while. I almost wanted to wait until the set had officially come out, but no, I decided I was going to do it just a little bit before. As of today, it's going to be coming out on Friday, the 29th, I believe. But yeah, that'll be coming out soon, and I'm super excited for it. I'm probably going to get, I don't know, 3 or 4 boxes of it that I'll open up on camera for you guys, as well as I think there's a release event tournament on Sunday, so that's going to be pretty fun. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this deck tech. If you guys know me, you know I'm a huge fan of orange tanks, so this is me taking another stab at it for Wave 5. And this one's going to be somewhat themed around Decepticon Quake. Now, Decepticon Quake has this cool ability in his body mode? Yeah, body mode. He's 5'8", and whenever this or another character is KO'd, you get to do 1 damage to each other character. I think that excuses himself. But basically, you'll do 1 damage to everyone on the field, including your own guys. But we're going to be trying to do some fun stuff with that. He also has ability in the alt mode that makes him a 4'8", and he gets +2 attack when he's the only one left on the field. Plus, he has a head, which we are deciding to use Apex, which is Optimus Prime's head, but it gives him stealth for 3 stars. Now, this is something I kind of wanted to try, just to try and use his alt mode ability, because if you can keep him around as the last character on the field, then he gets the +2 attack and kind of just go off on people with his base 6 attack and 3 defense. So that's pretty cool, and Apex can help in that regard. Plus, Apex is a decent attacker, because if Quake somehow does die a little bit earlier than he's supposed to, then Apex can come out and just attack from the shadows, as he's also stealth. So next we have Demolisher, which he's a pretty much of a staple in most tank decks, just because he's able to flip so many cards based on the number of his defense. The only problem is he does have low health, although his defenses are actually pretty incredible, and he's a 6-star character that, since we're running an orange deck, he's going to be able to flip pretty easily, since he's flipping extra 4 cards right off the bat without any additional upgrades on him. So he can reach crazy heights with that, just that alone, without anything else. And the other character we're playing is Captain Impactor, which is a 4/12/1 in bot mode with bold 1, so that's pretty interesting there. He's a leader ranged, and in his other mode he's a leader tank ranged, and he gives bold 1 to everyone else anytime he flips to his alt mode, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the battle cards. So starting off with the actions, we do have Fight for Position. We're going to be trying to abuse composite armor, of course, so we're going to be playing a good amount of black pip cards. So the orange-black pip cards are going to be especially useful in this sort of deck. But it gives bold 2 to one of your characters. It's a little bit worse supercharge, but it's definitely worth it in exchange for the black pip. Then we have Hunker Down, which this is one of the only few blue pip cards that we have in the deck. It lets you flip each of your characters from bot mode to tank mode, and then you can attach a armor from your scrap pile to your tanks that don't have any armors on them already. This is a really good card for getting on composite armors, because composite armor is a very good card. But yeah, that's the main purpose of that. Also getting to trigger all the effects that happen whenever they flip to their alt mode, so that's pretty neat there. Of course, we have 3 copies of Peace Through Tyranny, obviously for the double orange pips. You can use it, because technically I do believe that triggers Quake's ability, because it is KOing a character. Yeah, you may KO one of your characters. So it can trigger Quake's ability if you really need it to. And we also have 2 treasure hunts, since we're running a big amount of upgrades. We're going to be playing 2 of these to try and get as many of them off the top of the deck as possible, so we can put them down onto our guys, and hopefully get this in the early game so we can have those upgrades for later. Next we have Wedge Formation, which this is an orange, black, and green pip card. And this is mainly here for the orange and black pips, but the green pip is also nice, being able to pull it to your hand. But we're mainly going to be using this, of course, for the black pip, but the effects on it are also pretty decent. The heal 1 damage from a melee, I believe Demolisher in his bot mode is the only melee, and then getting to draw a card for a ranged character, which they all are ranged in at least one form. I think Apex is a melee. Yeah, Apex is a melee, so you could also heal 1 off of him if he survives the hit, which that's unlikely. But yeah, that's wedge formation, and that is all of our actions. And for the upgrades, we have 2 bashing shields. Now bashing shield lets you get rid of an armor from your opponent's side of the field when you put it on one of your characters. So and plus it's a green pip, so you can pull it to your hand. So it's very nice there. Also increasing the amount of pips that you flip off of Demolisher. So that's nice there. We also have 3 copies of composite armor. Again, this is the main reason. This is one of the main cards you're going to be putting in orange tank decks. It is a orange black itself and gives +3 defense and +1 attack. You can only put it on tanks. And then whenever they defend and you scrap the card after the battle. But then if you flipped a black pip for that battle, you get to do 1 damage to the person that attacked you. So that's nice. They're trying to trigger that effect with the amount of black pips that we have in the deck. There are a decent amount, so it'll trigger pretty frequently, assuming your opponent doesn't just bashing shield it off. But I feel like you're going to be able to get composite armor on frequently enough that they're not going to have enough bashing shields to get it off every single time. Then we have 3 copies of force field, which if the upgraded character would take 5 or more attack damage, instead scrap this card and they only take 4. This is just another option for you to get off Hunker Down. I try to put a decent amount of armors in here so that Hunker Down has plenty of options for you to put on all your guys. So force field's pretty nice, just to make sure that if your opponent is also running an orange deck, your guys aren't dying in 1 hit. Because none of them really have good health except for Impactor, but Demolisher and Quake, not the best in the world. Next we have the Enhanced Power Cell, which this is a utility that once you put on a character actually gives them +3 health, and it is a black pip, so it helps with the composite armor. I decided to run this just on the off chance that Demolisher gets low on health and you can put this on him. It's pretty useful in the regard that if Quake's doing a lot of damage to everyone, including Demolisher, he'll have a few more he'll be able to take a few more hits off of it. So that's why I think Enhanced Power Cell is better than something like the Minor Medic Kit, which only gives +2, but it's a double black pip, because we're not going for the pure black look. Just the single black pip is enough to trigger the composite armor. So, and then we have Escape Capsule, which is another orange black pip card. And this one says when you deploy the upgraded character's head, put this and any other upgrades that were on the upgraded character onto the deployed character. This gives +1 attack as well, so if you decide to put it on, when you decide to put it on Quake, you get to move all the upgrades over onto Apex, so it's really good there. It's one of the few utilities in the deck, and again, the orange-black is very nice for the deck's main purpose. Next we have 2 copies of Matrix of Leadership. This is literally just you can put it onto Impactor and increase the amount of pierce that your guys are doing. You can also just use it as an extra defense buff, because it is we are playing 2 of them, so you get 2 extra blue pips that you might flip, as well as it also being orange. I didn't see any reason not to play it, so it's pretty good just in general. Even if you can't play it on Demolisher or Quake, you can still play it on Apex should you really need to. Next we have 3 copies of Grenade Launcher for the start of the weapons. Of course, Grenade Launcher is one of the best weapons in the game right now for aggro decks. Just giving +4 attack and then having it scrap at the end of turn is just so strong, even if it does go away. That's just something you can't skip out on. It gives Demolisher a base 4 in addition to all the extra cards that he's flipping, so that's pretty nice there. For our 2 star cards, since Impactor, Apex, and all of them, they only equal 23, we do have 2 copies of Mounted Missiles, which is 2 orange pips, and so it's in addition to that. So, for example, Improvised Shield and Peace through Tyranny, you're getting those base 6 double orange pip cards, as well as also getting the extra 2 from the Mounted Missile. So that's 8 double orange pip cards in the deck, which that's just really strong, making it more likely that you'll flip them during your attack phase. But it can be in any slot. It can be in weapon, armor, or utility, and it also gives you +2 attack no matter where it is. So that's very nice. Next we have 3 copies of Combat Dagger, which is a bold 1 weapon. It's orange and a black pip card, and it gives you bold 1. So that's a little bit worse than Flamethrower, but again, we're just playing it mainly for the double, or not for the double, the black pip. So that's the reasoning there. And the last weapon that we're playing is 3 copies of Sturdy Javelin, which while this is on a melee character, it has +2 attack. And again, there are only 2 melee characters, being Demolisher Bot Mode, Apex as well. And when it's on a ranged character, you get to do 2 damage to an enemy and then scrap it. So this is mainly because you're going to be doing a lot of spread damage with Quake's ability, theoretically at least. But Sturdy Javelin is going to let you ping 2 damage to wherever you want, especially onto characters that you're going to be trying to kill right off the bat with low health or just their main attack or whatever you want to try to do there. But yeah, Sturdy Javelin, really good card. We needed some more white pips in the deck, so of course we're going to play all 3. But yeah, that's the deck. I didn't want to work on a sideboard quite yet because I don't know how all the cards from Wave 5 are going to pan out. I don't know how they're going to go towards the sideboard. I know a lot of them seem like they're good sideboard potential, but I don't know how likely I am to be putting a lot of those in the sideboard until I've had a chance to test them out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really excited to play this deck eventually whenever the set finally comes out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a phenomenal day. Peace.